Hello my dear friends and welcome back to another video. One fascinating aspect about Grogu is that he's born in the same year as Anakin Skywalker, who at this point in the timeline is redeemed and a Force ghost. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni almost certainly created this connection on purpose, although at this point, we don't know exactly how the stories of the two characters intertwine. There have been many theories, like the two of them possibly being a dyad in the Force, or that when Anakin was created through the will of the Force, it also made Grogu as balance. Whatever the case may be, as the Mandalorian universe expands before our very eyes, we're gonna find out in good time. Grogu might have a higher importance than we realise, one that Anakin's Force ghost might tell us about. But today, my dear friends, I want to talk about Chapter 7 of the Book of Boba Fett that teased even more connections between the two of them. It might be somewhat minor, but it's worth talking about nonetheless. When Grogu tames Boba Fett's Rancor, he is using a Force ability known as Force Beast Control, which is also known as Animal Kinship. This ability of the Force allows its user to connect mentally with creatures. It was used by both the Sith and the Jedi, but was more prominent amongst the latter. Now, something to note about Beast Control is that it's something that was written for Anakin's character originally. The first time we see it being used is during the Battle of Geonosis, when Anakin uses Beast Control on the Reek. We later see it during the Clone Wars and in Star Wars Rebels, when Ezra uses it on a dangerous fire knock. However, Ezra accidentally connected with the dark side of the Force, and the experience left him drained. This Force ability was not one that was easily mastered, and required the user to let go of all inhibitions and to open up to the power of the Force. Anakin is the first person that we see using this ability, but we do get some history as to how Anakin learnt this in the Obi-Wan and Anakin comics. At first, Anakin struggled to let go. All he could feel was the anger and the rage. He felt the need to kill within the beast. He was unable to successfully tame, but promised to keep trying until he mastered it. He returned with Obi-Wan to Coruscant and mastered the power before the time of Episode 2. Now, given the amount of callbacks to the prequels that the Book of Boba Fett had, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a sneaky addition that harkens back to Anakin's use of it. And I should also say that this Force ability was one that Anakin was able to flip on its head when he turned to the dark side. As Darth Vader, he would use Force Beast Control as many Sith do, but instead embracing the anger and rage that as Anakin he was told to let go of. Without realizing, this could do more damage than you might think. Vader would connect to the brains of many wild beasts and control them. He could drain the life out of them, slice them in half, do whatever he wanted, but the key was to control their minds. But on the flip side, if you're a Jedi who masters Beast Control, then it calms the creature and induces sleep. And we see Grogu successfully do this himself, although he was exhausted afterwards and cuddled up to the Rancor. But the fact that Grogu was successful shows us just how proficient he is in his Force abilities. As Luke said, it's more him just remembering what he learned at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. But we really don't know how advanced Grogu was compared to other students, but bear in mind, even if he's just 50 years old, that is still the infancy stage for the Yoda species. But now that he chose to return to Mando, I wonder if he's going to carry on using the Force in only emergency situations, or eventually if he's going to combine his Jedi training with being a Mandalorian foundling, even possibly becoming the next Tar Vizsla. But for now, they're connecting Grogu and Anakin in subtle and often minor ways. But there is going to be a bigger connection between them that is going to be revealed. Ahsoka's conversation with Luke is definitely pointing to Anakin's Force ghost coming into the story somehow. And I'm sure in the Ahsoka series, we're going to see him interact with his old apprentice and son, and maybe even reveal some new things about Grogu. We don't know for sure if Anakin knew him, but I suspect he might have done. Maybe not during his time as a Jedi, but maybe as Darth Vader, especially if the Empire was out to capture him. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you know about Beast Control, and what do you think the connection between Anakin and Grogu is? Now, if you enjoy videos about Grogu, I've made quite a few of them, and they're in a playlist called Grogu Videos, so go check that out on my channel if you're interested. But otherwise, my dear friends, that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm Star Wars Meg, may the Force be with you, always.